Hi. Please say hello because as you can see, I'm all alone. Just double checking a message from the group.
You're not alone.
I'm not alone. Jill's here. Please come say hi.
Like officially.
Yeah. Just...
Hi.
Jill is here.
You're not alone.
Okay, so Jill is here. As you can see, nobody else is here. It's just me and all of you. My lovely co-hosts are unable to make it tonight. So it's just me. We were going to cancel and reschedule. And then I was like, hey, I'm reading tonight. I'll just do it. We'll just all read together. We don't need those other three. Yeah. Hi, everybody. Hi, Gisela. Hi, Coco. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Sawyer. Hi, Sandra. Everyone has an S name. Hi, Mary. Yeah, so it is just me on the live tonight because Victoria, Amy, and Leanne all separately have had to cancel. Absolutely circumstances out with their control, life, you know. But I thought rather than cancel, myself, since I'm just going to be reading at home, I will just read with you, so we can all just read together. It'll probably be less conversational in terms of us blethering to each other, obviously because it's just me, but Jill might join us for a little bit. I think she plans on doing some baking, and our living room kitchen situation is like an all-in-one, so she'll be in the same room, and she'll maybe pop her head in to say hi. Oh, I'm so pleased that you're glad it's still going ahead. Sorry, I just wafted my skirt there. Well, I figured because we might still do another, like we'll probably still do another one. So in a sense, we'll be rescheduling, but these ones we'll just have like some mini ones tonight. Yeah, they're absolutely, they're all okay. No need to worry. It's just life being life. Sawyer asked what you're baking, Jill.
Just standard chocolate chip cookies.
I don't know if you heard that. That was standard chocolate chip cookies. Jill's very good baker.
Someone at work's a fussy bugger and doesn't want the tea loaf that's being made, so I'm doing the chocolate option.
Oh. Such a good co-worker. Oh, to work with Jill. Oh, nothing's happened in particular, Chloe. It's totally okay. It's just for 3 completely separate reasons. Victoria, Amy, and Leanne couldn't make it. Life and work, just complications. But it's not nothing really bad. Nobody needs to worry. It's just like, you know, assignments and work overrunning and stuff like that. But rather than cancel, I decided to just turn up by myself. With my constant companion Jill, who's going to be baking in the corner. Is there going to be a leftover cookie for me?
Of course.
Yes.
Baking like leftovers.
I know. Imagine just baking for your work colleagues. They don't pay your mortgage.
I was going to cut down the recipe in half and just take enough for work. And I thought, no, look at that. We deserve loads.
Yeah. If you do the hard work, Jill, you need the payout. Have your cake and eat it too.
Fine.
Yeah. I'm not going to talk about why anybody's here because I just think why anybody's not here because I think that's up to them to talk about, not me.
They hate me.
Yeah, they just all hate me. Smugly mug. Can stand it. Yeah. So I'm going to be reading. Is everybody else reading tonight? Is that what we're all doing? Is it a reading session today, or is anybody doing work or doing anything else? And if you are reading, what are you reading? Let me know. I have 2 things I can talk about. Thank you, Sawyer. How very you've just segued right in there. Yes. What am I reading tonight? We've had some hello, Jills.
Hi, people of the
internet. So I have 2 books. I should have 3 books. I should have my comic book, but I can't find it. Is it under? Oh my god, it is.
Yeah, this is why I exist.
Never mind. I have more books. Okay, so I have Fables Volume One, which I'm halfway through at the moment. This is a reread for me of a comic book series I started 10 years ago, really, really enjoyed, and then only read the first 6 or 7 volumes in, and I've decided to go back to the beginning because I didn't think I could pick it up with enough memory. But it's about fairy tale characters who now live in our world, like Snow White is the mayor. Brilliant, love it. Let's see if I can show a picture for anyone that's interested. That's Snow White there. Yeah, so I'm reading this. I'm also last night I just started a new romance novel on my Kindle because it's nice to have something light and easy called Owen by L.M. Drew, which is it's a romance novel with a shifter in it, but it's a bear shifter, so he turns into a bear, and I think she goes to stay somewhere really cold and rural, and I imagine they fall in love. I mean, I've not really got very far in it. And then for literary fiction, because let's have a bit of everything, we're reading The Woman in the Purple Skirt, which I'm about a third, maybe almost a half of the way through, which was one of the things that all of the co-hosts of the Readathon were reading together. I don't know if anybody else decided to pick it up. If you decided to pick this up too, to buddy read with us, let us know. Let me know. There's nobody else here. But I'm really enjoying this. It's really beautifully written. Very surreal though. Like I have no idea what's going on. It's from the perspective of like an unnamed narrator about this woman that she's following, but like how and why, don't know. So yeah, really interesting. So yeah, what is everybody else reading? Because I missed some messages there. Amy! Look, there's an Amy. Everyone wish Amy lots of luck and patience with her assignments. You will do amazing, Amy. I know you will. Jill, wish Amy luck.
Good luck,
Amy. Yeah. Oh, reading in Lego, that sounds so nice. Do you sometimes listen to an audiobook and do Lego? I love doing that kind of thing. Or like doing a jigsaw puzzle and listening to an audiobook. I think it's like a nice company. Ordinary Monsters. Now that sounds familiar. Ooh.
I know that book.
Yeah, have you read it?
No.
It's set in England, 1882, in Victorian London. 2 children and mysterious powers are hunted by a figure of darkness, a man made of smoke. That sounds good. Are you enjoying it, Miranda? Get some chores done. Very sensible. Very sensible. That's what reading's for, Chloe. Just reading escapism, right? Like that's what it's for. Going to finish Death Note book. Is that like a sequel to the original series? I tried to get into Death Note. It was not the manga for me. I don't know, like I like dark horror stuff, but that one just didn't jive with me. So I've never quite she's just imitating me in the corner, and I don't know if you can hear her.
I live to shade you on the internet.
Ooh, Coco's pattern testing a knitted jumper.
I mean, she can give it to me if she wants. She's done.
I've knitted one entire thing in my life. I knitted a whole scarf, and it was a big scarf, and I gave it to Jill, and I've never finished knitting anything else. I've started a million things, but I've never finished them.
It's a proper height of winter.
Oh, it's a proper height. But this is Scotland. You need those. You need those. It was very sensible. I'm great. So we've got the choice between a graphic novel called American Born Chinese or The King is Dead, a novel for Gisela. What are you feeling? Like I feel
King is dead.
Jill just went, "A King is Dead." So The King is Dead. So if you want to listen to her, she loves anything with like royalty in it though, so that might be why.
You can show off my book. I might get to.
Jill might read this. She's letting me show you.
If I get finished reading.
This is Bewilderment by Richard Powers. What's it about?
It's about a single dad, and his. Shall I come over?
Yeah. Tell us. I'm like, you tell me about it so I can summarize it.
It is about a single dad and his son who is somewhere on the spectrum of a couple of different diagnoses. But he doesn't believe in like medicating him and everything because he's only 9.
Yeah.
So he's just trying his own things. But the dad is a scientist, and I think he's on the brink of some big breakthrough to do with other planets.
But you said it was
Yeah.
sort of felt like it was set slightly in the future.
But like in the future as in it's still like our believable our world.
Yeah.
Just a little bit ahead, and like the world it's like our world where the world is going crazy. There's all these people in power that, we don't want, we don't like. And they've gone absolute ape.
Who said you could be Prime Minister?
And there's a lot about the environment and stuff. And this little boy, it's kind of got
shortlisted for the 2021 Booker Prize.
And the little boy kind of becomes obsessed with helping the world. And he can't understand why other people don't want to help the world. And the dad's trying to help him navigate this. It's actually interesting.
Wise child.
Not my usual pick, but
no,
I'm a sucker for a dad and son.
Jill just loves like a wee family bonding session,
I
especially
love
like brothers
bonding.
and stuff. She's watching Supernatural at the moment for the first time. Long Live the Pumpkin Queen. Oh, is that one about? That's the one about Sally, right? Like after the events of Nightmare Before Christmas. Is it good? I'm really interested in that book. Would be really, really interested in hearing how you're finding it, Ryan. We've got Zadie Smith on beauty. I've never read any Zadie Smith, shockingly, actually. I feel like I should have at this point. Read more Cersei. Are you enjoying Cersei still, Sawyer? Are you feeling good about it? The Coven by Lizzie Fry. I don't think I've heard of this one, but I love me anything about witches, so let's have a look. The Coven. Oh, right, Goodreads. Do you mind? There's too many books called The Coven, so that's not helping me at all. Okay, found it. Imagine a world in which witchcraft is real, in which mothers hand down powers to their daughters, powers that is used harmlessly and peacefully. Then imagine the US president is a populist demagogue who decides all witches must be imprisoned for their own safety as well. I know, so hard to imagine. That sounds really interesting. They Never Learn by Lane Fargo. Never heard of this either. Gosh, I always find some like really different books when we're on these sprints. Hi, welcome. I'm hoping to go for a bath in a bit, and I'm reading Sabrina, Season of the Witch, and not sure so far. It's a bit cringe in part. It's basically the Netflix series, which may be better in my opinion. Is this the one that the Netflix series is based on? Because there's a comic book that the Netflix series is based on. Is this what that is? Because I actually don't know what that's called. We've had some more hello Jills.
Hello people.
I'm reading Soul Binder by Sebastian de Castell, and if I finish it, I'll move on to Wondersmith, the second Morgan Crow book. I love Wondersmith. I love the Morgan Crow books so much. I think Wondersmith is my favorite so far. That's the second one is definitely my favorite so far. I love it. So excited for book 4. We need it now. Bridgerton book 7 for my unseasonal read. Which character is book 7 about? I'm always interested about which book is about which person. If you're still there, best of luck with the assignment. I will start a new book. I have a few audio loans from my library right now. Last night I finished a book. Good, well done. Has anybody else finished any books for the readathon yet? I have finished 2. But I actually don't want to say what they are because I'm reading them from a reading blog that's going up this week. And it'll spoil the theme. So I'm not telling you what the 2 books are I finished. Ha ha ha, I am evil. Nobody cares. Somebody else reading The Girl in the Purple Skirt. That is very exciting. I hope you enjoy it. So far, so good. Extra points for you from Jill, for whatever that's worth. I'm in an intense master's week and I'm using sprints as an excuse to make time for reading. So thanks for going ahead with them. Oh, I'm so pleased. I know what you mean. It's sort of like, it's like a scheduled excuses. And it's like, I'm going to stop for this little period of time. I'm going to read. I'm just going to chill, take a step away from my work. Because your brain functions better if you do that kind of thing anyway. If you literally just stare at a screen solidly, trying to do a bit of work and never taking any breaks, you're not going to get anything done. So have your reading break. I mean, you are, so that's fine. The Hat Makers by Tamsin Merchant. I don't think I've heard of that either.
I've not heard of that.
Yay, more girl in the purple skirt. My phone's beeping. How very rude. Leanne. I just dropped my phone. Hi, Leanne. See, everyone still exists.
Hi, Leanne.
Yeah, she's just commented to say hi. Because everyone exists. They're just not able to.
Does she though?
You don't think Leanne exists? Okay. Like, Leanne, if you're still there, Joe shaded you as you'd expect. Oh, My Sister the Serial Killer. I read that. That was good. I enjoyed that. More the Women in the Purple Skirt. I cannot speak. Comfort Me with Apples. That's by, oh God, is it Valentine? It's something like that, isn't it? I really want to read that. It sounds really, really good. Woo, Amy! Good luck, Amy! Audiobooks are not really my thing. I tend to find a long video essay to accompany the Lego. Well, just to let you all know, guys, I finally finished. Shameless plugging. But I'm also just proud of myself. I finally filmed my first video essay today. I filmed it on Medusa, then and now, the history of depictions of Medusa and the different interpretations. And I was sat in front of that camera for 2.5 hours, just like talking. And when I got up, my legs felt really weird because I hadn't like moved at all. And I'm not usually one for sitting still. So, yeah, I finally filmed it and I've started editing it. I think it's going to come out about like 50 minutes to an hour. So that'll be up either at the end of this week or early next week, which I'm super excited about. And I don't know whether to premiere it or not, because I don't fully understand whether premieres are like good for people finding the video or not. Like, I've not really experimented with them much. But I do think certain topics are nice to have a live discussion about, right? So it might suit that. But yeah, I think I put a poll on Instagram. Oh, I'm glad that you just found us on the off chance, Nikki. That was good timing. Susan just joined late. Sorry. 3 different reasons people just can't make it, but it's fine. Everyone is just, dealing with life, and you've just got me instead. Everyone's just gonna have to deal with that. Chloe asked if you've read any more by that author, Jill.
My author?
Yeah, Richard Powers.
No, but I really want to read the Overstory, but I don't know anybody who has. Ask her if she's read.
Have you read the Overstory? Because Jill wants to know if that's good, because she's interested. So hard to keep up with everything as one person. I finished The Cemetery Boys and it was so good. I don't know what to do with myself now. I know you mean it's a double-edged sword, right? Isn't it? Like, it's so nice when you read a book that's that good, but then you're also like, well, what now? Nothing else is going to be as good ever. I really want to read The Cemetery Boys, so I'm glad it was that good. I'm reading X Hex because I'm very tumblr spooky mood. I feel like everybody is talking about this X Hex now, so I bought it on Kindle as well because it was 99p. I'm excited to read it. I finished 3 books, working on my 4th. Well done.
Oh, hell.
I think something went wrong with Jill's bacon. I finished Before the Coffee Gets Cold for translated work. I really liked it, but I can kind of like get why it wouldn't be everyone's cup of tea. It's like very, I don't know, maybe it's the right mood you have to be in or something. I don't know. But yeah, because it's quite slow and nothing really happens. It's just more about emotions, isn't it? But I hope you like your next book better, Sawyer. Or I hope you like Cersei better. Fairy Tale by Stephen King. I have to say, I don't really like Stephen King books, but the cover for that book is stunning. I really like the cover. Leanne just said, hate you too, Jilly Pops. See what it's like. They're not even here. It's just me here on the camera. And I'm still...
just you. I'm literally here.
Yeah, but I'm the only one on the camera. And yet you two are still fighting through me. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad people are looking forward to the Medusa video. It was like... I did a lot of research for it and it took a while to film. It's a bit different, so it was really fun. Thanks, Coco. I'm not yawning. Daughter of Dr. Moreau is the next book I'm going to read as soon as I've finished everything I'm reading right now. I'm so excited for it. Okay. Yeah. So, okay. Well, everyone sounds like they've got their books ready. So let's set a timer and do a sprint. What shall we do? Where did I get the Pomodoro kitty? Pomodoro kitty, Pomodoro kitty, Pomodoro kitty, kitty. Okay. Let's share my screen. I've forgotten how to do it. I've actually just forgotten how to do this. I know, Jill. Okay, sometimes life is hard. Share screen. Window. I did it. Shall we do a 25-minute one to start with that? That's not a yawn, it's an expulsion of excess air. Yes, thank you. Jill's not having a good time. 25 minutes sound good to people? Yep, okay. Should I change it to something a bit more autumnally? Options. Should we do like a wee gingery cat? Oh, and like a dark green. That's kind of got autumn vibes, right? Woo. Okay, that is quite funny. Chloe just said, poor Jill, does she need to add more salt?
Took me a second.
Yeah, that made me laugh. Okay, right. Reading now, everyone. I'm gonna mute and we're gonna read and we're all gonna have grand old times. I hope everyone enjoys their book. Ready, set, go. I'm speaking. I'm just disturbing to say I'm just going to extend the timer by 5 minutes because I've got to do a small thing for work really quickly. Sorry to disturb everybody, but I'm going to pop the timer to 10 minutes now. So we'll just read a little bit longer if that's okay. Hi. Sorry, everybody. Just for like full transparency, I had a sponsorship that needed to go out for 7 p.m, but they only approved it like the final text in those sprints. I was like, oh my god, have to like add all this stuff. I mean, it was really cool sponsorship. If you're 18 to 24 in the UK looking for some like sort of training or like preparation for jobs and like helping you learn skills and stuff like that, it's an entirely free course that's like funded by a variety, like across a bunch of industries. Like the NHS is part of it, some other companies are part of it. You can apply and it's completely free. Like, it was really cool and I'm really happy to promote it, but it was a very like last minute approval and I had to post it before 7 p.m, which, as if you're in the UK right now, you know, is in 4 minutes. But I think we're all good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is the reel fine? Reel is fine. Just double checking. Yeah, okay, cool. Everything is good to go. So yeah, do check that out if you're 18 to 24. I did do some reading though before all of that happened. I read a chunk of my comic book, which I'm really enjoying returning to, and I also cannot for the life of me remember the twists and turns or what the mystery is or anything, so that's really cool. It doesn't necessarily feel entirely like a reread, it feels quite fresh and new for me. But how did everybody else get on? I'm so sorry that I like snuck in when everyone was working there and sort of scared you all. This is what happens when you're by yourself on sprints. All the things happen, don't they, at once? Oh yeah, well done for finishing a book, Maria. Well done. I just need to quickly zoom them an email back and say, cool, that's all live, because but yeah, how did everybody get on? Let's just go. Great. Okay, they're all good. Cool. Well done for finishing a book. 25 pages, that's really good. That's 1 a minute. That's like my average usually is about 1 page a minute. Like if I read for 20 minutes, I typically read like 20 full pages. Not of a comic book, but like of a book. And yeah, it is cool. Just all happened at once. Oh, well, I started a wee bit late because I was eating quesadillas. That's a very good reason to start late. I mean, now you're making me hungry. I had some really good wraps for lunch, actually. And I had my lunch really late because I'd been filming the video essay and I started at 12 thinking I'd be done at 1 so I could have my lunch at 1. And then it was like almost 3 and I was like, oh, now it's time for lunch. So I'll probably be having a late dinner. What are you having for dinner, Jill?
Fajitas.
Jill's having fajitas. I don't know what to have.
I think I made some for you. Cookies.
You made big cookies?
I think the first batch are big.
That sounds good to me. Yeah, most of these are for Jill's work, but I think we're getting to steal 1 or 2. No, you didn't miss anything. Chloe, I had to extend the sprints to do a quick work thing. So I confused everybody. Thanks, Susan. Thank you. We're here, we're good, we're managing. 28 pages, well done. That's more than 1 a minute, so that's extra impressive. I mean, also, if people read 2 pages, that's also impressive. Any reading is impressive. 2 chapters of The Queen of Blood by... I've read that. Queen of Blood by Sarah Beth Durst. And sent some work emails. So we all did some work. How are you enjoying Queen of Blood? I didn't love it. Not going to lie. I did like the writing and the atmosphere. Story-wise, didn't love it. But I'm intrigued to hear your thoughts because I never read the sequel. So it'd be interesting to know if it how the series goes on. Quesadillas are divine. Yes, there will be more sprints. That was only our first sprinting session, so there's going to be another one. I definitely want to get some more reading done since work stole a little bit of my time on that one. See, we all got stuck working. Loved Book Lovers. So what is Book Lovers? A romance? Is that just an assumption I'm making based on the title? Let me know. 10 pages is still amazing, especially if you started late. 19 pages, yes. 100 pages of Bridgerton. Well, now you're just showing us all up. No, that's incredible. Well done. It's so impressive. I do know what you mean though. Like when I read romance novels, especially like historic romance, I'm just like, because you get so absorbed. It's funny how, well, I suppose it's not that weird, but like how different genres you do read at different speeds. Things We Lost in the Fire. That sounds vaguely familiar. Short story collection. It's a shame it's underwhelming though. Short story collections are difficult like that. Some of my favorite books are short story collections because they're just so good. But then so many other short story collections are just very meh for me because they have to really work and they have to keep working throughout each story. Like it's definitely an art form. I mean, all writing's an art form, but it's a very specific art form. Articulate, that's me. Good luck on the Viva Gene. 38 pages, that's really, really good. Texted a coworker about a potential gummy dinosaur breeding program. Do go on, because I'm interested. It's like gummy sweeties, like jelly sweeties. I'm intrigued. I hope to finish my thriller tonight, which would mean I've read 530 pages in 2 days. That's amazing. What thriller is it? Because that must be good if you're reading it that quickly. Jill's just making dancing and singing in the background. Yeah, what thriller? I want to know what it is. If it's that good, tell me. Oh, yes, well done on being involved in your union and doing union work. Well done. That's very cool. Oh, Things Bright and Beautiful. That's our book. We didn't write it, but that's our book club book for literature lassies. Have you started All Things? I keep calling it. But you're going to read it quicker than me. No, you know I've not started. I'm excited too, though. It sounds really good. Are you enjoying it? I also just think it'll be interesting. Oh, Come For Me With Apples is odd, but I'm very curious. It sounds odd. Is it published by Tor? Because I feel like all the Tor novellas are odd, but like in a good way. Like that seems to be the kind of thing they like to publish. Everyone's talking about quesadillas now. Stop making me hungry. I mean, I'll have to have my tea soon, but pizza. Got some good deals at Lidl's. Yes. I love the food chat. Oh, Stoneblind. Are you enjoying Stoneblind? I feel like everyone's had really mixed feelings on it so far when we've talked about it recently in sprints and stuff. Yeah, I mean that's it. It's a very cool atmosphere. Don't let me influence your enjoyment of it. I just remember, when you really like a book, it sticks in your head and you're like, oh yeah, I just didn't get that. Oh, audio. How's the audiobook of Things Bright and Beautiful? That's really interesting. I didn't even check if there was an audiobook. Is the audiobook good? Accidentally came into possession of a dozen donuts and have been texting friends seeing if anyone wants any.
Me.
You can't just eat them all. Don't give them away. A dozen donuts is nothing. I'm very jealous. I want some donuts.
I'm literally making cookies.
Can I have one tonight?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know I could get one tonight.
Are ready.
I thought maybe you'd be taking them to work and then we get the leftovers.
No.
Oh, this is great news, guys. I'm getting
as many as I need to work, and the rest will be good.
Okay, I'm getting a cookie. I do love donuts, but I'm getting a cookie and it's gonna be freshly baked. So. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad that you're enjoying Things Bright and Beautiful so far. That's really good to hear. I mean, the thing is with a book club, if you haven't read the books, you can't guarantee that what you're picking for the book club is going to be good or people are going to enjoy it. But you hope it will be, right? Because like we picked the book thinking we'd enjoy it and other people would too. So fingers crossed we pick some good ones. We've got a spreadsheet, or well, I made a spreadsheet. I don't know if anybody else has actually looked at the spreadsheet, but we've got a long list of books to potentially read. Oh, this smells really good, Jill.
Them's cooking.
I'm really enjoying Stone Blind. It's my first Natalie Haynes book, so it's definitely making me want to pick up more from her. Oh my god, I forgot what it's called. 1,000 Ships is very similar. Like, I feel like it, like, not the same book, but it's written in a very similar way from lots of different perspectives. So if you enjoy this, I think you'll definitely enjoy 1,000 Ships. What kind of cookies? They are chocolate chip cookies. Are they? No.
Chocolate chunk.
Chocolate chunk cookies. Are they like a chocolate dough or like a dough? No. That's my favorite one.
Normal dough, big chocolate chunks.
That's my favorite. Normal dough with big chocolate chunks. That's my favorite. I'm not as big a fan of the chocolate dough with chocolate chunks.
Yeah.
I don't know what everybody else's favorite cookies are. To be fair though, my favorite cookie, like, it would have like a nut in there if it was like, you know, if you were making the ultimate, it would have like a pistachio or a hazelnut or something in there, or an almond, or
an almond.
Any kind of nut really. Just love a wee crunchy nut, and a bit of white chocolate too, like milk and white chocolate. Now I'm just making myself hungry. Oh, white and macadamia nut. I'm so excited for this cookie.
You just need to calm down for a minute. That's the official bacon challenge.
They need to calm down for a wee minute. Oh, well, I hope it arrives soon, and I hope you enjoy things bright and beautiful too. Oh, like a Bakewell. I had a Bakewell cookie, like a Bakewell tart, like almond and like, is it raspberry or strawberry you get in a Bakewell tart?
Cherry.
Oh, it's cherry.
I like cranberry and dark chocolate rye cookies.
See, I like a rye cookie, but I don't like cranberries. I think they're a bit too
tart.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just them with white chocolate, I suppose.
Yeah. I like a rye cookie.
I like breakfast cookies. And you put,
like with like porridge with oats.
But you also put Weetabix in the dough. So not just flour.
Oh.
And then it makes like a bran sort of.
Okay, yeah, I can see that working. Would you put like raisins in them?
No, I put chocolate chips.
I'm just getting hungry. We're watching I'm just tangent now. We're watching Snow White on Friday. We're starting a project, Jill, Chris, and I, because we're a little trio, and we're starting a project where we're going to watch every single Disney animated film from like feature length film, not like every like 10-minute thing they've ever made, but every feature length film animated either fully or significantly partially. So like Bedknobs and Broomsticks, like that counts, that's fine. Pete's Dragon, that counts. Yeah, so we're watching them all in order of them coming out, and we have a system by which we're going to be marking them, and we're going to create a tier ranking. Where's the notepad with the system?
You had it. So
I'm very good at making up like spreadsheets and systems and things like that, but then I don't know where they go. Like I can never find anything. Oh, is this it? No, that. Oh, is it? Oh, this is the system for anyone that's interested. This is how we're going to be ranking the Disney films. But we're also going to like eat food that relates to them every time. So Jill's making apple pie for our first session on Friday. So I have an apple pie and watching Snow White, and I might make like a cocktail inspired by the Evil Queen or something. That was actually a really good Snow White voice.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to rank the three main categories that we'll be ranking out of 10 are the music, so like the score, like obviously not all of them have full-blown music numbers, but the music and the scoring, the storyline, and then the animations, because we like depends on what style you like. And then for like more minor things we'll be ranking out of 10, we have the quality of the side characters and the sidekicks and how much we like them, how much we like the protagonist and how well developed we think the protagonist is, what we think of the love interest, if there's a love interest, and what we think of the villain and like how good the villain is, if there's a villain. And then we have two. What?
If there's a villain.
I think there's not a villain like in some of the more recent ones. Who's the villain in Moana? Apart from that big lobster that lives under the sea or whatever, the crab. Yeah, but he's only in it for like 5 minutes.
Still villainous. You get a low rating, but still villainous.
Well, then what about Seeing Red? There's no villain in Seeing Red.
I haven't seen that.
Well, there's no villain. So, then we're ranking out of 10 the representation, which we assume will improve as we watch. Not going to be great at the beginning, and in terms of just like how feminist it is. So basically, like the politics and the social issues of them, and then just the general vibes, like how we feel about the film overall. Because sometimes you can't articulate or quantify it; it's just vibes. So, and then we'll make a wee tier ranking of them all. So yeah. Oh, someone else did that 10 years ago. Yeah.
What was our top?
Oh yeah, what was your like favorite one of all of them? In fact, what's everybody's favorite Disney animated film? Oh, Joe. Joe, what's yours?
No, I don't like this game.
Okay.
Sword in the Stone or Little Mermaid?
Sword in the Stone or Little Mermaid. But I think mine's is...
Or the Aristocats.
The Aristocats is really good. See, I think mine's would be...
Lady and the Tramp.
Lady and the Tramp, really?
Oh, I love Lady and the Tramp.
I mean, I like it, but I don't know if it's my favourites. Great Basil the Great Mouse Detective. Yeah, that's my favourite. But also the Jungle Book.
Hercules.
Yeah, I do love Hercules.
And I love Sleeping Beauty.
And I do like the old ones, like Cinderella as well. Atlantis.
Treasure Planet.
Hercules and Mulan are some favourites.
Mulan.
Does Jill's vote count for 2 because she's up against a couple? But Chris and I will not be voting together and we will not necessarily agree. In fact, Jill and Chris are very similar and they may have more similar opinions than me. Just saying. So I might have to go against them and veto some of their nonsense.
That's more likely.
They'll be sitting there thinking, oh, didn't mention potatoes, it's crap.
True.
Because that's all they care about, potatoes. It is quite funny that, like, they're not the same person, but they've got some serious overlaps in in taste. But it's more taste than personality, really, so it's really funny. Yeah, so I just, like, bring people into my life that all like the same things.
You and Chris like mum and dad and I'm the grumpy teenager.
Yeah.
They gets invited to things and something says yes and something says
no. I'm not hanging out with mum and dad tonight. That's what she does sometimes. The villain in Seeing Red is generational trauma. Fair.
Reggie, would you like a cookie while it's still hot and semi?
Yeah. And then also like that's a bit like Encanto as well. It's generational trauma, but also kind of the granny. Me and Jill are very angry that the granny really never made up for what she did to Bruno. Never gonna forgive her for that.
No, it is very gooey right now.
Can I have a glass of milk?
Oh yes, ma'am.
Lilo and Stitch, yes, Chloe, that's such a good one. So many Hercules fans. Aristocats, yes. Hercules. Aladdin, loved that when I was a kid. The music in Aladdin is top tier. I've only seen The Emperor's New Groove once in my entire life, so I'm very excited for this watching. Oh, thanks.
Oh, Your Majesty.
Oh, thanks. God bless him. Cookie. Oh my God, Robin Hood!
Oh my God, Robin Hood!
Robin Hood's one of my favourites. How did I forget? I just love, oh, the world will sing of an English king 1,000 years from now, and not because he passed some laws or held that lofty brow. Best song ever. Loads of Emperor's New Grooves. Oh, another Little Mermaid. Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. So there's cats. Love bed knobs and broomsticks. Nightmare Before Christmas or Brave. So Nightmare Before Christmas, yes, but also we've not decided. This is the one thing we've not decided. Are we going to do Disney Pixar, or are we just going to do Disney, like Walt Disney? Because Brave is Disney Pixar. So, but because we won't have to decide that for a little while. So we'll see how we feel when we get to it. This looks really good. Oh my God. It's soft and gooey. I'm so happy.
Unlike me.
I need to watch Emperor's New Groove again. Okay, I've totally detracted from the point of these sprints, haven't I? Winnie the Pooh. I love Winnie the Pooh. No. Well, you have to watch it. Yeah, you do.
How?
Because it's the Many Adventures of Winnie. Like, there's Winnie the Pooh films that are part of Walt Disney. Joe just looks so angry. I have to watch ones I don't want to watch, Joe.
Wait, what? Yeah.
There will be ones. I just can't remember them right now. The little geese. Oh, what's your cookie recipe?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Well, I mean, I'd have to read it out.
Oh, okay. Can you tell people? Jill's going to tell us her recipe.
I think these are like leather.
Oh God, look, sugar.
I don't know like where it's from, so I got it from a friend, so I can't post it to somewhere.
This has just turned into like a mukbang. This has just turned into me eating. Jill's just getting her rest of her cookies out the oven, and then she's going to tell us what the ingredients are, and then we're going to read. So how long shall we read for this time? I feel like 30 minutes this time, since I extended the last one anyway. Tell me if you feel differently. She's going to come and tell us the recipe.
Or can you type? I could type it out.
Type it.
Can you type it into the chat box?
Yeah, tell me and I'll type it. Okay, I'm going to type it into the chat box so people can copy and paste it. Cookie recipe.
You can just actually.
All right. Oh no, I didn't mean to post that. This one. Okay. Oh, these are Magdalena's ones. Magdalena is our friend from university, and she is an incredible baker. Unsalted butter. 225 grams of unsalted butter. Didn't put grams there.
It doesn't take a lot, so you can half everything.
I was hoping everyone would have the wherewithal to figure it. No,
Yeah.
no, they are.
Oh.
I'm just saying. I think everyone can figure out they can half it.
Sometimes it doesn't tell you how many it makes. Sometimes.
That's true. To be fair, it doesn't say how many it makes.
It doesn't, because every time it's different.
Okay, depends how big you make them.
I make big cookies.
1 1/4 teaspoon baking powder. It's really good. I'm eating one right now. It's great. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. 1 1/2 I take it's a teaspoon of salt as well. Yeah, you've only written TS, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I know what I mean.
But I know, but I was just double checking since I was typing it. Usually Jill has like an actual recipe book that she writes everything down in, which I think is lovely. Light brown sugar. 100 grams of granulated sugar. 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Then 340 grams. 40 grams of chocolate. And then 2 eggs. Okay. Oh no, it didn't. That's really annoying. Okay, so I've done it. I did it listed, and it's put them all next to each other. Is that okay if you can copy and paste it? Basically, it's this. The number is comes before each ingredient. I suppose can I copy and paste that and type it again? I can't copy and paste that because I can't figure out how. I'll also just pop it up on the screen because you could always just screenshot this. Magdalena's like Sainsbury's cookies, so they're meant to imitate taste the different Sainsbury's cookies because they're the best.
We used to eat them in uni.
Yeah, we did. We used to eat them in the library. Although I feel like you didn't always get the taste the difference ones because sometimes you couldn't afford them, so you'd have to get the crap ones. And they weren't the same. Okay, so that's the recipe. And I think we should do some more reading. So let's get that up. So half an hour, okay? We good? Yeah, okay, people said 30 was good. Sorry, I asked earlier. Cool. Right, let's go. The cat has declared the time over. Hi everybody, how did you get on? I was much less frantic in those ones after the last ones with the last minute work. And I decided to read more of my silly romance book because it brings me joy. It's just relaxing and chill, which is nice in the evening. 12 pages of Cersei. That's really good. I am so glad. I was about to say I'm really glad you're enjoying it, but I just inferred that rather than it being said. I'm just like, I assume you're enjoying it. I did the dishes and now I'm putting a few books on hold through my library. Oh, what are you putting on hold? I want to know. I've got one book on hold right now and it's taken ages because apparently it's very popular. It's Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. Because I wanted to do a vlog of reading it. I've also, Jill is officially done baking and she's now reading with us. There she is. Okay. It's really difficult. Jill's reading too, so it's not just me anymore. Oh my god, you relate to this, Jen. Jill.
Jen! Who the hell is Jen?
You know who Jen is. Everyone's name's too similar. Okay. You really appreciate this. I got stuck in a TikTok hole and didn't do any reading.
Story of my every night.
Every time I go for it, I'm like, Jill, what are you reading? She's like, I've just been watching TikTok for 2 hours. I mean, it's definitely. I did tell her to download it. You could delete it though.
Stop it! No.
I mean, we all do it. I do it too. It is addictive. Like really, really. Like really, really addictive. It's not good. Oh, 83 pages of American-born Chinese. So you didn't listen to Jill. You decided to keep on with the graphic novel. Wise. Only 17 pages. 17 pages is fantastic, especially given that you got distracted by cats because cats are great. Can't wait to have a cat. I've been reading a summary of my friend's brother's book about his bike trip from Hungary to India. Jill, you should have seen Jill. She just went.
I love travel writing.
There you go. You got a reader.
Is it out now?
Is it out? Does it have a title or is it still like in the works? Because Jill would like to read it. That sounds really, really interesting. I don't even have an account on TikTok and I lose hours on the blasted thing. Fair. It gets you. I don't know what I started on, but I'm now 24% of the way through the audiobook of The Lost Girl King by Catherine Doyle. I'm loving it so far. I don't know if I've heard of that. The Lost Girl King. The Lost Girl King? Is this a retelling of like Peter Pan? Just because Lost Girl? Oh no! Oh, this looks really cool. I think I've seen this in the bookshops. At least the cover looks familiar to me. That looks really, really good. Ooh, I like a little fairy tale retelling. I was gonna say same. I have no idea. I'm on 9% now of this book, but I don't know what I was on before. So, no judgments here. Still reading my first book for Mixtape. I go slow and feeling slumpy. That is like, yeah. I mean, I relate to this very hard. I just forced Jill to stop reading a book because it was making her hate reading.
I got a row.
She wouldn't stop reading it. She was halfway through and she'd hated like every page, and she was just hating it more and more. And it was like a really long book, and and there was people agreeing with why she didn't like it on reviews. And I was like, you need to stop that. So I very wisely told her to stop. But it actually took a lot of saying that for her to stop. But she stopped.
It took a proper row.
I was like, you're making yourself miserable, Jill. You need to stop this now.
Absolute misery.
It's going to make you hate reading forever. Because there's still 400 pages to go. Anyway, she stopped and now she's reading a book she likes. So we should all just read what we want, and it's okay if you get slumpy, and it's okay if you don't like a book and you need to give up on it and move on. These are all okay things. Okay. The book about the bicycle is in Hungarian.
Damn it!
Is it going to come out in English so Joe can read it? I washed a few dishes and read some of The Silent Patient. Nice. I continued reading Shadow Beast by Luke Phillips. I looked up all my horror books I haven't read yet, and there are quite a few. Going to read as many as possible this month. I like this plan. Spooky month. I'm excited to watch some. I'm not really doing much before the Viva in terms of like spooky stuff, but given that the Viva's on the 25th, I'm like between the 25th and the 31st, spooky stuff. Just going to watch horror films and read horror books. Me and Jill, did you look at the list of horror films I sent you?
Yes.
Me and Jill are watching a horror film on Halloween.
No, I just glanced at them.
Did you watch the trailers?
No.
Okay, I sent her a list of trailers of horror films. So.
Are they all out?
Yeah.
And on platforms?
Yeah.
Oh.
Why?
There was one that I thought was really fairly new. That Soho one, I want to watch that.
Yeah, it was new, but it was actually last year.
Oh, I'll watch that.
I know, it just feels like it just came out. I got lost a little bit. And so my first book too, I have read a graphic novel that would count. That does count. A graphic novel does count. Does it?
It's on Goodreads, it counts.
That counts. One of my books is a comic. It counts. Apparently Hungarian Book Travel has a YouTube channel.
Hungarian Book Travel. Excellent.
Yes, we would like to know what that is because Jill loves travel content. Jill's a right little travel bean. She loves a good hike. Not for me. We enjoy different kinds of holidays. Oh my god, Sabrina, I had one of the quickest DNFs. I was like 10 pages in. Yeah, tell us what the book is, Sabrina.
Slate it.
It must have been bad if it only took 10 pages. I love it. Tell us.
Drama.
Unless I wrote it, then I don't want to know. Like, that's fine, but don't tell me. And we also want to know the Hungarian travel YouTube channel, please. Thank you. It was Ghost Woods by C.J. Cook. Definitely a me problem, but pregnant protagonist and Not Like Other Girls vibes was a very easy DNF, to be fair. Not Like Other Girls is one of my most hated tropes. I hate it so much, so I don't think that sounds like my cup of tea.
I'm not like Other Girls.
What's your favorite horror film? I mean, it's really boring, but I feel like it's Scream. I love Scream so much. Like, I think it's the only horror film as well that I've watched. Well, it depends. Does Pan's Labyrinth count as a horror film? That is kind of a horror film, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I was going to say Scream is the only horror film I've ever rewatched because I like it that much. But I've rewatched Pan's Labyrinth quite a few times. So actually, Pan's Labyrinth, Scream, or Us, which I want to rewatch. I only watched it last year. But Us was amazing.
I don't know if you would call it horror, but it's like a creepy movie. I like Whatever Happened to Baby Jane.
What's that?
It's got Betty Davis. It's about two sisters, and one was a child star, and she can't let go of like the fact that she used to be a star.
Yeah.
And they live in this like rickety old mansion, and she still like acts like a child half the time.
Oh.
It gets really murdery.
If it gets murdery, it sounds like a horror film.
I like that. Or Hush Hush Sweet Charlotte.
What's that?
That's another one Betty Davis.
Jill just likes Betty Davis films, apparently. I've never seen a Betty Davis film.
We were watching them at Halloween.
Okay. Pan's Labyrinth and Us is amazing. Yes, very true. Okay, Pan does count. Thank you. Oh my god, currently watching X-Files, so scary. I love X-Files. Chris and I are doing an X-Files watch. We're on season 3. We've been watching it for almost 2 years, but we just, maybe watch an episode or 2 every month. And we're on season 3. And guess who makes a cameo appearance in one of the episodes of season 3? Ryan Reynolds. Just thought that was so random. But I love it, and it is genuinely scary. Like, there's some really like horror film episodes in X-Files. It's so good. Jill, you need a mic. What do you mean, sorry? Like, as in people want to hear you?
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Oh my god, I watched Pan's Labyrinth as a child and it gave me nightmares. Fair enough.
The guy with the eye hand.
Oh my god,
the eye hand. I don't like that.
That is the most scary thing ever. And the frog inside the tree. Yeah, that's not a kid's film. Like, I watched it as a teenager, but that is not a kid's film. Oh, actually, do you know what I really enjoyed recently? Fear Street. It was like a 3-part horror film series on Netflix, inspired by R.L. Stein books. Really, really enjoyed Fear Street. All 3 of them. Yeah, thought they were really, really, really good. And Queer Rep, which is nice. Oh my god, favorite horror film for me with The Grudge. That shit scares me, and I will, and I still watch it. The Grudge is the first ever horror film I watched from beginning to end, and I was 12, and I hated horror films at that age. And my friends watched it at a sleepover, and I had to watch it. And then then we were made to watch it again in the morning. So we watched it twice in the space of 24 hours. I never want to see that film again. I hated it so much. It made me not watch another horror film for like until I was like 17, 18 because of how much I hated and was traumatized by that at age 12. So I apologize, but I cannot join in the Grudge fandom. Yeah, Fear Street was great. Really, really liked Fear Street. I don't like jump scares, but I like other horror stuff. I don't mind jump scares. I don't really like I don't know what to call it. I guess like body horror. Like I hate things like Saw and stuff like that. I hate it. I prefer more psychological horror. And then if it's going to be something with a bit more gore, I like a bit of satire, like Scream. Oh my god, my friend's dad tried to show Labyrinth, the David Bowie one, but accidentally showed Pan's Labyrinth and traumatized them.
Oh my god.
They're two very different. To be fair, Labyrinth is scary in its own way. It's kind of creepy puppets. I think that do you know that wee ratty thing that's Jabba the Hutt's wee pet in the 3rd Star Wars, the 6th Star Wars? That gives me Labyrinth vibes. I think it's maybe the same guy that made the puppets, but gives me major Labyrinth vibes. Don't like it. Oh my god, I know that we all had to watch Grudge at a sleepover. We were scarred by our friends. And oh my god, we've what?
And The Ring.
The Ring. I never was made to watch The Ring. The same friend made me watch Silence of the Lambs, but I was in a no nonsense mood that day. Same kind of age, probably around 12. We were in our first year of high school. And I was just not having it that time. I was like, no, this is too much. Because it was too, like, I didn't like those ones because they're too, like, real things that could happen. And it was just very scary. And cannibalism really freaks me out. Maybe it's because I'm a vegetarian. But that in particular was not for me. So I was actually like, nah, I'm done. Because she wouldn't turn it off. So I just left, got on the bus and went home at, like, 11 p.m. when I was 12. Because I'm like, I'm not staying. This is awful. Stop traumatizing me with these horror films. To be fair, I'm not friends with most of my childhood friends anyway, so like you're missing out on much. The Forge when I was a kid. What's The Forge? There's so many, I mean, we can't do deep dive in it now, but there's so many different subgenres of horror film that I feel like I didn't think I was going to like horror for a long time, and then I found my subgenres, and it just does take a bit of kind of digging or maybe like easing in with like slightly less horrific stuff. I like the original Stepford Wives as well. That's a really good film. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Or it feels like I'm going to. I like paranormal horror, but I cannot do Paranormal Activity.
Same! Same. The covers moving on their own is my worst fear.
You and Jill are the same. Jill is such a Jill is better with horror than me, but she's a scaredy cat in your life because like I literally just have to turn a corner and she screams. She knows I live here. She knows I'm here. Yeah, literally, if she's just not expecting me to move in the flat, she actually screams that I stay. So that's right. Yeah, you leave toxic situations with toxic friends, even when you're 12 or 13. It's the way forward. Shall we do one more sprint? Because then I'm starting to feel kind of tired, and I'd like to do some things before bed, including eat. So what about just a wee 20-minute one if everyone's up for it? Jill's now reading the corner too, so we can all read together. Let's get 20 minutes up. I also need some water. Set times. Cool. Sorry, I get enough horror at work. I swear the hotel I work at is haunted. All hotels are haunted for sure.
Where is it?
I can't ask people where they live, where they work.
I just meant in like Britain.
All right, what country is the hotel in?
I'm not being stupid.
Oh, sorry. Okay. I'm gonna start the timer if everybody's ready to read. The lady on the top of the cupboard in country. I've not seen the country. There's a lot of classic horror films that you see. Oh, I like The Shining, and I just keep remembering more. No, I like The Shining. That was good. Oh, apparently this is a hotel in Oslo in Norway, and it's over 100 years old.
Yeah, haunted is haunted.
Definitely haunted. Definitely, but in a cool way, right? Okay, let's do some reading, and hopefully not get too scared. The cat meowed. Sorry, I feel like I probably scared some people there. Remove. Sorry, I just got a bunch of messages all at the same time there. Have you watched any Bake Off?
Some of that.
Go tell me.
Why?
I haven't watched any yet. How did everybody get on? Lost the language. I read a little bit more of my romance book. I think I'm going to take this with me and carry on reading it tonight before I go to sleep because I'm enjoying it. It's very easy, fun, cheerful reading. Like, what more could you want? Jo made herself some dinner. So that's what happened in our household. Chloe also is cooking her dinner. We're all in sync. Did anybody do any reading? I love that. Just like you read when?
At the very beginning.
What did you? Right. How much did you read, Jill?
In total, I don't know, maybe 30 pages.
Oh, Jill read 30 pages. Jill's a very fast reader. I really enjoyed all this horror film chat from earlier. Oh, got an interview tomorrow, cramming in as much brain-related terms in my head as I can. Good luck, Asma. We believe in you. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Good luck. About 20 pages. That was really good. Oh, I'm about 5 pages away from my goal. I have to read today. Yay! Oh, you can totally manage that. That's fantastic. I managed to avoid the pool of TikTok this time and got through 5% of Sister Song. Well done.
I love Sister Song.
Sister Song is so good. Very impressed as well for staying off TikTok. Does anyone know if Come From Youth Apples will work with the WITCH prompt? So it can either be witchy or feature a woman in total control of herself. Whatever that means. Reinterpret that. So if they know, please mention. I think my romance novel could definitely fulfill women in total control of herself. It's called Owen by L.M. Drew. What? Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah. She's a woman in total control of herself. This is like the other day when I said that CEX means computer exchange, and Joe was like, "Oh my god, mind blown."
Raffle.
About a chapter and a half, 25 pages into Under the Whispering Door, and there is now roast chicken in the oven. Yes, food and books. Are you enjoying Under the Whispering Door? I haven't read that one, but I really enjoyed Cerulean Sea. So I do want to read more by him. Jill is a reading machine. She truly is. Oh, chapter 14 of Things Bright and Beautiful. Good. Is it good? Is it good? Is it good? Yeah. Got the toddler down for a nap and read a bit more of Toll. Now I need to pick out an audiobook to listen to while I fill nail holes in the new trim in the office while he sleeps. Nice. Love an audiobook whilst doing a household task. Bit of a DIY. Do you know one you might pick? Listen to 8%. That's a lot. That's really, really good. Listen to a bit of Once and Future Witches while cooking. I really, really want to read that. I think Leanne said I would really, really like it. Have you read that? Yeah. Did you like it? I really want to read it too then, since everybody likes it. You have it?
Do you have it?
I think I've got it on my Kindle. I think I bought it like on deal like a long time ago and kind of forgot. The Kindle. You just forget about things on there. The first few chapters were a little bit meh, but now I'm really into it. Okay, this is good to know for Things Bright and Beautiful. It just takes a few chapters to warm up. We'll remember that. It seems like it's going to be fun. The main character is a hilariously horrible person at the beginning. And this is Under the Whispering Sea. Did you not read that one?
Door.
Yes.
I did read that one.
I just blended the two
I didn't
books
like it
together.
as much as Cerulean Sea.
Okay. I did not read, but I set up my TBR for the week while on lunch at work. Yes. Oh, actually, that's a point. I brought my planner for you to make some to-do lists and haven't done that, so I'll do that after sprints. I'm just trying to play with the cat to get him sleepy and try to figure out why is my tongue swollen. Why is your tongue swollen? Are you okay? Have you bitten it? I hope you're okay. I went for a bath to read and just ended up chilling. Fair, that happens to me all the time. I always take my book to the bath and then just lie there like, hey. I have not had a bath in ages. I need to have a nice long bath.
I've never had a bath.
I mean, we had a lot of bathroom problems when we moved in that took a few months to solve, and we couldn't have baths because basically we had water damaged flooring. And then it's slightly annoying trying to have a bath because we have to turn our water on, and like it turns on. We haven't figured out how to make the boiler heat up for longer than a certain amount of time, and it doesn't quite cover a full bath. So you end up adding a bit of kettle water. So I see why you've not had a bath. But it is worth it when you get it. Do I start audio for the Return of Sherlock Holmes or book 14 in Louise Penny's Inspector Gamache series? Audiobook for Return of Sherlock Holmes. Yes. Always Sherlock Holmes. And the audiobooks of Sherlock Holmes are so good. I don't know what version you're listening to, but I love the Stephen Fry ones, but I have listened to others which are good too. Listen to Sherlock Holmes. Pure joy. Very captivating. I mean, I haven't read the other books, so I can't speak, but that would be my vote. But I think that brings us to the end of this evening's sprints. Thank you for all sticking with me, even though it was just lonesome old me with a little Jill in the corner, with missing Victoria, Leanne, and Amy. They will be back next time. Shade. They will. You weren't at the last ones.
I'm not official.
Everyone expects you, okay?
I'm the guest host.
Yeah, exactly. You should have known I would pick Sherlock. Yeah, I love the Stephen Fry narrations of Sherlock Holmes. They're so good. Really, really like them. I mean, he is just a great audiobook narrator in general. Thanks for coming, though, everybody. Thanks. I'm glad everyone enjoyed themselves and managed to get some reading done. And I enjoyed exchanging horror film recommendations with everybody. I'll remember some of those. But now I'm going to go do a few bits and pieces before bed. And maybe have a cup of tea. Thanks, Jean, and the voice of Jill.
You are welcome. Benevolent voice of Jill.
Benevolent, yeah, sure.
As soon as I said that, I thought, no.
Bye, everybody. I'll see you again soon. Bye.